my tea up all the way. Does that offend you?
A little bit.
You're like, you just fill it to the brim just so you want to tempt fate and burn your hand.
No, that doesn't happen.
It could easily spill.
It could.
It's very dangerous what you do. You're burning the candle at both ends with tea.
That doesn't make sense.
And on that note, the water is at 212 degrees. The tea is flowing.
I don't like this.
So you know where we're going.
Start over.
We're going on a backlot tour through the World Showcase. And I'm your tour guide, Captain Zach. It is with me always his beans.
I hate everything that you just did. Start over.
This is what happens when you give me tea instead of alcohol.
I told you could have alcohol.
I don't feel like it.
Well, then that's on you.
Don't you force me to do it.
I'm not forcing you to do anything.
If I do it over, it's going to be the same thing.
Do the normal intro. Man.
The water's at 212 degrees.
I hate you. Stop.
The tea is flowing. You know where you're going. You're going on a backlot tour. And I'm your tour guide, Nigel. And this he always is someone, British name. What's a British name?
I don't know.
Queen
All of
Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth. How do you want me to start this?
The champagne's been popped.
Oh, the normal way?
Yeah.
Oh, boring.
Yeah.
That's green.
Do it.
Oh, my God. I'm leaving in all these.
You're not the one cutting them.
Leaving all these. These are gold.
Well, just do it, man.
The champagne's been popped. The wine's flowing. You know where we're going. We're going to back off.
Do it for real.
Yeah. You do the intro. Go. Let's see how you do it. If you don't want me to do British because I'm having tea.
The champagne's been popped.
Oh my God, this is so bad.
The wine is flowing.
What is your voice?
So you know where we're going.
Find your voice.
We're going on a backlot tour.
Are we?
And I'm your tour guide.
It's not so easy, is it?
Well, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm not Captain Zach. And you call me Beans, but I want to say Jana, so I don't even know.
I don't even know myself anymore.
God, just do the intro.
No, I
do
liked
it right.
You were doing it so well. I'm sorry, that was a lie. It was passable.
Just do it.
No, I think
You're burning tape right now.
I think burning tape. Do it. Go on.
I just did it.
You didn't introduce us.
I'm your tour guide, Jana.
No, wow.
And as with me always is Captain Zach.
Wow. Beans, what are you doing?
God, well then you just do it.
Everything is down is up and up is down.
I know.
The champagne's been popped.
Finally.
The wine is not flowing. It's tea tonight. So you know where we're going. We're going on a backlot tour.
Why?
I'm your tour guide, Captain Zach, and with me always is Beans. That's all you're getting at me.
All right, well, I guess that's just going to have to work. So.
It's like the best intro I've ever done.
Today.
What are we talking about? Tea?
We're talking about the Epcot Festivals.
Oh, I thought we were talking about tea.
I mean, if you want to talk about tea, I can talk about tea. I love tea.
I'm drinking tea right now. It's a calming night right now.
What tea are you drinking?
Just a decaf black tea.
You know that still has caffeine in it.
English breakfast. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. It's
False.
still like 5% caffeine.
5% of the time, it works every time.
Anyways, we are talking about the Epcot Festivals.
How many are there?
4.
Oh, I thought there were 3.
Were you forgetting Festival of the Holidays?
I don't even know what that is, but
Everyone does.
I'm going into this unprepared.
Me
Because
too.
this is one of those things that I'm just like, okay, we can talk about. You've been asking me to do this for years. You're really looking around. You're like, have I?
I don't think yours is right.
You were like, I want to do this podcast about the festivals for 4 years now.
We haven't been recording for 4 years.
I know. That's the weird part about this. Hit me with all the festivals because clearly I don't know what they are.
Well, starting at the first of the year, Festival of the Arts,
Nailed it.
or as we like to call it, farts.
Jinx, you owe me a Cougar Lightwave.
You just broke my brain.
She's like, what the hell was that? You got
And
this.
it's my favorite
You
festival.
failed this hard. Okay, what else we got?
The Flower and Garden.
Keep going. Tell them all the other festivals.
Food and wine, and Festival of the Holidays.
Oh my God, this is a struggle for you.
Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't do this right now.
Why?
I don't know.
We're doing so well.
Are we?
This is going so smoothly. All right, repeat the 4 festivals without having brain farts.
Okay, so every year Epcot has 4 festivals.
Are you on now? You good? That was it?
I don't know, maybe. Let's see.
Let's see. Go.
Okay. So first up is Festival of the Arts, or as Disney people like to call it, Farts.
Jinx, you having Cougar Lightwave?
No. And followed by that is Flower and Garden.
Keep them coming.
Then it's Food and Wine.
Nailed it.
And then it is the Festival of the Holidays.
I don't even know what that is.
You know, it's a very short one at the end of the year. It usually goes
4 days.
No. It usually goes from like the weekend after Thanksgiving to like Christmas.
Have we been to this?
Yes.
What is it?
I'm okay. So I
Obviously,
guess
it's
that's
not
where
my-
we're starting.
Obviously, it's not my favorite.
It's newer. It's one of the newer.
It's 30 years
festivals.
old?
Yeah. No. I don't know how old it is. Why don't you look that up while I'm talking?
No. That's rude. I don't want to fact check us in the middle of this.
Okay. So
Audience, look it up for me.
you can go around World Showcase and they've got, like the different like Christmas stories essentially going around World Showcase. Like, like America, you've got Santa. In Germany, you've got that weird one.
Krampus?
Yeah, or whatever. I don't know.
Like Dwight Schrute one? With sticks where they hit you?
I think it's different than what
hold on,
Dwight
hold on,
Schrute
hold on.
described.
We've been to this?
So the past 2 years that we've done our solo trips to Disney.
We've been in this multiple times.
Yes.
Okay. Epcot, get your shit straight, because if I don't even know you're having a festival, you're doing something wrong.
I mean, it is literally only
Bare
like 4
minimum.
weeks long.
It's bare minimum.
And-
like, is Santa in America?
I think he comes sometimes. I mean,
What's making it? What makes this a festival? Because
that they put festival.
calling it a festival does not a
holidays.
festival make.
They do have like booths,
They always have booths.
They are closed when it's not festival time.
When it's not festival, so 2 weeks out of the year.
Yeah,
they're-
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Epcot, the festival park. Now I'm getting angry now.
Yeah, but they do have booths and
This is
everything.
making me angry.
And I don't really care for the festival food that they have because I feel like it's mostly
Wassail.
like desserts and stuff. And,
You can't eat that.
yeah, it's usually not gluten-free friendly. The merchandise usually isn't very good either. Normally has more of a frozen theme.
Let's be honest. It's always bad for every festival.
Not Flower and Garden.
Oh, that's the one that's acceptable to you?
More often
Every
than
year,
not.
like in the last 3 years, you're like, these are terrible designs.
Yeah, for farts and food and wine.
I don't know what you want from them, though.
Better merch.
What is better merch?
Designs.
Okay, so it's the design team. All right,
Yeah.
we're putting you on blast, design team. Get your shit
I mean,
straight.
because it's always going to be like the same merch from like festival to festival, which
You
is
just change the number.
always going to be like a Spirit jersey and like some T-shirts and cups and things like that.
They do
So
a spirit jersey for every festival?
yes, so it's just kind of like they need to figure out do better designs.
So we're saying that Disney, your designs are terrible.
Yes, but we've been saying that for like a year now almost.
No, that's been way over a year.
Well, since we've released our
Remember we used to
episodes.
have I used to get like the track jacket every year? Mm-hmm. That was 2 years in a row. And then after that, they just started being utterly terrible.
Yeah. Back to Festival
Oh,
of
the
Holidays.
Lion King? Oh, Festival of the Holidays. Going backwards.
Yeah, so they do have like the booths there with subpar food. Don't really care for the merch. And you've got like the different like Santa. I don't really want to say Santas everywhere because it's different. Like they have like an Israel section too that has.
Why are you pointing to me?
Because you're Jewish.
That looked like an offensive point.
That was not an offensive point. Well, I was hoping that you
You're
would say
Chanukah.
like whatever his
Hanukkah
name
Harry?
is. Sure. I don't know.
That's something they made up to make it sound cooler than just Hanukkah.
Well, he tells the story of Hanukkah.
Who?
The guy in Israel, at the Israel section where they have like the
about the
booth.
Maccabees?
Yeah,
Did they give out like matzo ball soup?
no, but they do have latkes at the booth.
Ooh, I'd go for that.
We have had them.
Wait a minute. Was that there last time we were there?
Yes.
That's barely a festival. That's not a
It
festival.
is barely a festival, yes. And like I said, it normally goes like Thanksgiving to Christmas. And then this
Wait, did I
past
get the
year,
latkes?
I got the latkes.
Oh, they were good.
They were good.
They had something else that I liked too. It was something that I was like, oof, this is on point.
Good one.
I don't know what it was though.
Something.
It was. I don't think you could eat it.
Probably not. I can't eat most of it.
There was latkes and what else? It wasn't kugel. I wouldn't have eaten that. I don't remember, but I liked it. Maybe it was like it wasn't a salmon and lox thing. Or
They did
lox.
have salmon on latkes.
Yeah, but there was something else I think that you couldn't eat, and I can't remember what it was. But I was like, this is really good.
I don't know.
And the line was super long.
Yeah.
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 Anyways, if that was the festival, ugh,
Yeah.
man, that was rough.
It's kind of like an afterthought of a festival.
Yeah,
Definitely
okay.
my least favorite. I think probably most people's least favorite. And this year or this past year, they actually like extended it to New Year's, which I did not like
Who cares?
that they did that.
This sounds stupid. It sounds like they're just like, we need more festivals to fill.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, what do you want to see? Like, you just want to go through them all?
Yeah. All right. Let's go to.
Go backwards.
Okay. So food and wine.
Love it.
All right. So food and wine.
That's it.
I have issues with food and wine right
okay.
now.
Hate it. Just kidding.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
gonna be your
Food
yes
and
man.
wine's
Yes,
good.
it's the worst.
Okay. So food and wine pre-pandemic used to go from like,
It used to go hard.
it was always like mid-September to early November.
September, October, November. Okay.
Yeah. So it was, like a normal amount of time.
Like 3 months.
Thereabouts.
Okay.
Or more like 2 solid months.
Okay.
And then
Stop changing your answer.
I'm not changing my answer. I said mid-September to early November. That's not 3 months.
Now what is it?
Now it goes like mid-July to like mid in November.
Well, I get why
And they started that after the pandemic. And I get why they did it the pandemic year because so the parks closed, like March 15th, 16th, something like that. Like the announcement was made on March 13th that we were like in a national emergency pandemic and everything
move
shut
past
down.
that.
So then what I'm saying is Flower and Garden had like just started that festival. So then when they reopened the parks, I think it was like July 7th, 11th, something like that. They just skipped ahead to food and wine. And they just started food and wine then. And ever since then, they have just kind of kept
It's
that
just
same
nonstop
schedule.
festivals.
Nonstop festivals. And it used to be that, Flower and Garden would end mid-May, I think, or maybe like mid-June. I can't fully remember. And then there was nothing until like mid-September.
Well, you got to think from their perspective to get more people into Epcot. I think the idea is like, hey, we'll have a festival all the time, which I think I'm fine with. I don't know if I care if it's like going all the time because then it's just closed booths.
I do and I don't get, well, no, they used to actually like take the booths down.
Oh, that's
because there was like so much time between festivals.
I kind of like the little booths between everything though.
I like the booths too, but yeah. Okay. So food and wine though, I feel like it has some of the best food.
Well, it's the food and wine festival.
Yeah. But it's like heartier food. I don't know. It's more savory. They usually have more gluten-free options.
Well, it's the food festival.
Yeah.
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 Why would... So you don't like that they're giving you so much of it?
What I
They're
don't...
like, it's just too much.
What I don't like is that like Epcot has such great restaurants, both quick service and table service.
It's taking away from you wanting to eat anywhere.
Right. It's like whenever we go, it's
like you still don't go to Sam Eagle. Come on, you go there every time.
Yeah, but remember last time it was not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, they've already gone downhill. How quickly that happened.
I know.
You're like, the quality control here sucks.
It does. But the Japanese place was still good. The quick service there.
Oh, yeah. Right, you
Anyways,
ate there.
yeah, so it just takes away like from wanting to eat at one of the restaurants that I know are just like great and that I love eating at because it's like, oh, I want to try all this festival food. But, there's only so much I can eat at one time. So
Well, that's how they get you because like they're like, Oh, it's just tapas. It's like $5, $6, $7, and you get like
Oh, there's some that's like 14.
5 things. Like you go all, and you spend way more money on your lunch or dinner.
Oh yeah, than you would have if you just like sat at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you're not as full.
You're just like, oh, this is genius. I get, because you're walking and you burn off all the food from the first place, and you're like, well, I'm ready for something else because it's hot and you want more food.
Yeah.
It's pretty genius.
It is.
I don't mind that they do that though. I like it.
No, I like the festivals and everything.
You just don't like how there's just boom, boom, boom. They make it less special, you think?
It is less special. And, you know, when the festivals aren't there, it's honestly like a little more difficult to drink around the world because you actually have to find you actually have to find the kiosks in each place or actually go into like the different bars in each country.
You know where they are though.
Okay.
You drink in 3 places. You know exactly what
I can only drink in 3 places.
It's like you're like Italy, France,
And Mexico.
and then you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, their drinks pack a punch.
I mean, you double fist it usually.
I double fist in Italy
Yeah.
for Prosecco.
I mean, my favorite would be to stop at an Einstock in Norway.
Yeah, and that one's always there, that kiosk.
Yeah.
That's not a festival one.
They're on point. They're always on point.
And to your favorite quick service restaurant there, the Tangerine Cafe in Morocco, that is only a festival place now. You're never going to get that menu you used to have before.
Yeah, but the new menu is really good.
It changes every festival.
I can always get those like kebab or whatever and that bread thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's always there. And it's always delicious. You're complaining about weird things for this festival.
I am. Well,
like,
what
this
gets
is
me
just
about
too
like
much. Then they take it away. You're like, ugh, where's the festival?
The festival's drawing such crowds to Epcot that it makes it like so busy nonstop.
Yeah, it is a problem.
Is a thing.
But like,
and then you get like all of these like college kids from UCF or like University of Florida coming in, and they're getting sloshed in the park. They're just getting absolutely trashed, and it's really annoying. It makes me not even want to be at Epcot like after 5 p.m.
All right, Farts Festival.
You just skipped my favorite festival if we're going backwards.
What?
Flower and Garden.
Oh yeah, that's a festival too.
Yeah.
I guess.
Flower and Garden usually has like Orange Bird as its mascot.
That's a bird.
And
He's
Spike
orange.
the Bee.
Spike the Bee.
Yeah, from the Mickey cartoons. He's really cute. So I think that's one of the reasons I love him is because I just absolutely love Orange Bird. And
you
Spike
just like
the Bee.
gardens also.
I do. I love gardens. I love flowers. I love plants. And I love what
plants.
they do.
What? Give us air?
Yes, that.
The hell?
Give us air and food, but
I love what they do. They give us life.
I like the topiaries that they make. They're really cool.
The topiaries.
Yeah. One reason I really like the Flower and Garden Festival, though, is that of all the festivals, it always has the most gluten-free options. So it's like the most inclusive. Yeah. Flower and Garden. It's where it's at for me. I'm very excited to go to that in a couple months.
I don't know if I care that much about that one.
I know you don't.
It's
but do you
fine.
think you don't care about it because it's during the hotter time of the year?
It could be. I associate that as like sweltering hot. Mm-hmm. And I'm fine with flowers. I just don't care about them that much. So.
I love them.
Okay. That's good for you.
Oh, on that note, I forgot to mention for food and wine,
We're going backwards?
it's they normally have like Remy or Tiana as the mascot for that.
Tiana's the mascot? I've never seen that.
She has been in the past, yeah. It's
I feel like
normally Remy.
I feel like it's always Remy.
They usually do like
Things that cook.
2 or 3 different sets of merchandise that are themed for each festival. And
When was Tiana though? I don't remember that.
I think it might have been last year's or the year before.
Huh.
But they also did Remy,
I feel like it's always like find Remy. It's probably easier to do.
Going to farts.
Farts. I think farts is my favorite besides the wine, but it's less.
Not mine.
Well, I think it used to be better. Mm-hmm. I liked it this last time because there was a few more artists that were there that I'm glad were there. Because J.C. Richard had some stuff there. It was like exclusive to The
We
Farts Festival?
collect a lot of art.
That's an understatement.
Yes, it is. So I feel like one of the things about farts is that the art that they do get there is stuff that we have already seen or already own.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the past few years, it hasn't been any different art either.
Well, if you go to like Dark Ink Art or Acme Archives, you're going to see a lot of the stuff that's there at their booth. Sometimes they have stuff that's been sold out or you can't find on there. Very
They have the
rarely,
artists
though.
there.
But sometimes, yes, there is artists like J.C. Richard is an artist that we have quite a few of his pieces. And then he was there this time and he had some exclusive pieces that were like he had Marie in front of Paris and he had the Three Caballeros in front of Mexico Pavilion. And then he had, what was the other? There was one more, I think. That was really cool that I liked also.
We didn't buy it.
No.
We bought Marie.
I like the Three Caballeros one. There's one more though in front of one of the pavilions. But it was like a nice rendering of the pavilion, but like a cartoon version of whoever they were in it. So, but I liked that. And they had a few of his castle prints in like canvas form, which is, you can't buy those anywhere else. So
I really like kind of like moseying around that one, but I just feel like it's almost like an afterthought one, kind of like the Festival of the Holidays to me. Or that like Epcot is kind of like afterthought with it. And I think it's mostly just because it feels like they don't have as much food there. And
see what the Food and Wine Festival with the Arts Festival.
And like, well, not just for like gluten free. I mean, the gluten free offerings at Farts is, I think this last year there were 2 or 3 items, and that was it. And but in general, it just seems like there's way less food at at Farts.
Oh, we also found that new artist that we didn't know about with the
It's always Figment, that's the mascot, which I love.
the Space Mountain print we got. That was like June Carter and Johnny Cash.
So this artist named Scooter, he had like a whole series of Johnny and June.
Yeah, it was
throughout Disney.
His art looks a lot like Shag. If anyone's familiar with Shag's work, it's kind of like that retro '60s style. And there was one that we like absolutely loved, and we're like, "Oh, we gotta get that," which usually doesn't happen here because usually most of the stuff we see, and it's like all the same lithographs you always see. Mm-hmm. There's a few other ones. I mean, there's that we found that we actually liked. I think more so this year than any other year in the past like 3 years. I feel like.
Yeah, I think so too.
A lot of times we just don't buy anything, which is very unusual for us for that. So.
Well, you know, before we bought the house we're in, we would buy things like, well, we're going to have a bigger house one day and everything. And now that we are in the bigger house, we're just like, man, we don't really have any room.
Well, for the lithographs, like a lot of the ones that are Haunted Mansion are up. There is no non-haunted, like every Haunted Mansion litho we've ever bought is in this room that we're talking in right now.
Yeah.
But for some of the other ones, it's like we have bigger prints everywhere else. Mm-hmm. And also those are not easy to frame because they mat those things together and like glue them so you can't use a frame almost. It's very stupid. I like the Farts Festival. It's just, I just wish the art stores would be as good year round instead of having to rely on that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there used to be a lot more variety of like those lithos at the art stores. So
Well, the art store at Epcot also used to be a lot better when it was at the front of the park.
oh yeah.
And it was I think it was the
Same
best
with-
art store
same with
that
Disneyland or Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, but I think it was like the best art store on property. The one that was at
Yes.
Epcot at the front of the park, and then when they moved it to America with the new design of
it's
the
hot
entrance,
garbage now.
It's awful. It's awful.
It's absolutely awful. Like the other one, and the Epcot one used to have unique stuff that the one downtown wouldn't have either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
because like
bummer. It's a big bummer.
the Magic Kingdom one and the Disney Springs one usually had the exact same art, but the Epcot one was so much more unique.
Yeah. But the one in Magic Kingdom was all of them used to be better. Yeah. I mean, I think that the Springs one's still the best, obviously, and always was, but
Right. But, like, okay, one thing too, though, is we would always just buy like all the Haunted Mansion lithos that we could.
yeah.
And now, again, that they are all up and we're kind of out of space and everything, and we have to be choosier. When you start like looking at all these prints, it's just like,
They're very similar.
They're all the same. It's just
If it's a
how
Larry
many,
Dotson, it's like how many angles can Larry Dotson do of
I
the
know,
Haunted
it's like how
Mansion?
many different versions of the same print can you get? You know,
There's like
with
one
the
right
same
there that looks
picture.
very similar to one right there behind you. And then, I mean, even if another artist tackles it, it's kind of the same.
I mean, they're all beautiful.
find
They're all
that
well
one.
done.
That Eric Tan Haunted Mansion, I was mad that I couldn't find the.
And we're talking about this like, you
The
know,
other
we're
one he
pointing
did.
at, but we will have a vlog coming very soon of
I was
our,
pointing like, you guys see this, right? And they're like, what is he pointing at? I'm
of
like,
our Haunted Mansion dining
there's a
room.
full-size Haunted Mansion print by Eric Tan, which is unusual to have a full-size print of Haunted Mansion, but it's the Disneyland one that he sold on Cyclops Printworks. And apparently for the Arts Festival, he did one that was for ours in Magic Kingdom, and I did not see it. And I got mad because I was like, I like that one better because I have more of an attachment to that one, obviously.
I thought I saw it.
Also, the colors look better. No, I think it was like a canvas print, like it was small. And I was like, how come it doesn't exist like that? Because I could have bought it and swapped it out. It's a better color scheme too. And I was like, oh, it looks so much better.
Yeah, so those are the Epcot Festivals, and I'm just irritated that it's just a festival park only now, it seems. It's like that.
You
That's
just get
what.
mad because it's so congested now at all the time.
Yes, all the time. So congested.
Well, the food ones are usually very long lines.
Though I will say, I think it was last year that when we took our February trip, which was just like the last full week of February, and the Farts Festival ends the last weekend of February, or like second last weekend. And I was looking forward to going to Epcot on like a non-festival day. And then when we went, it was just kind of like, there's nothing in World Showcase.
Yeah, it kind of fills in those
do.
gaps of just like nothing in those areas.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I don't mind him having it year round.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
I just think it beefs it up because it's like, I think a lot of people these days are like, we want more, we want more, we want more. And Epcot's like, we found a cheat code. We could just have this whatever festival here and
it
utilize.
gets people to repeat, come back, you know,
Yeah.
because it's just like, oh, I've never been Disney during this festival or
Yeah.
this festival. And I mean, and
So
then
now you're
it's
changing
like,
your tune.
well, no,
You've
I mean,
contradicted
no,
yourself.
I think it's a great business strategy for
Yeah.
them. I'm just saying, I think
the revenue like goes through the roof for Epcot because a lot of people are just like, oh, it's this festival, it's this festival.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people actually buy art there though for the Farts Festival because I don't
But I mean, like,
I don't see a lot of people actually buying any of the art.
I mean, we're seasoned Disney people, you know, and I'm still like, I need to go to Flower and Garden this year. So I'm taking a weekend trip in 2 months,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean,
So, and I mean, if I weren't an annual pass holder, I don't think I'd be doing that.
yeah. I mean, I like that they added them. I mean, it's just, I like that holiday one sounds like we've been several times and I don't even remember going.
Yeah.
So it's like, that one just sounds pointless. I was just assuming the kiosks are going to be open with some sort of
I
food.
think it was just kind of like a filler because otherwise they wouldn't have had anything from like mid-November to mid-January.
Well, it's like one of those situations where they just don't know what to do. Kind of like when we went to the Hollywood
It's
Studios
like they've got
Jolly
like the
Nights.
candlelight processional, but that was there like well before Festival of the Holidays was,
Yeah.
you know,
Where we got to see Johnny Stamos.
John Stamos.
Johnny Stamos.
Okay. And there's something else I was going to say. Oh, the festival food though, especially when I was on that 2-year break from being gluten-free, it's like really good. And we have a festival cookbook that you can't buy anymore. Came out in like 2014 or 2015, something like that. It's just like the best food.
We've only made
Best
like
recipe.
3 things out of it.
And we've made more.
What have we made out of it? Kufta.
The Norwegian meatballs,
Oh yeah, we have made those.
the chicken marsala, the beef stroganoff, which was not good. The beef
I
stroganoff.
don't remember. It must not have been good.
We made it when Drew came over.
I
one
remember
time.
every meal I've ever had.
No, you don't.
I don't even remember what we had for dinner.
So if you're ever at a festival and they're selling a festival cookbook, you should definitely get it because those are like usually pretty limited.
Right there, you're
They're
saying
really
pretty good, but you're like pretty limited. I don't know if they're good.
No, they're good.
They're fine.
They're good. I love the Disney cookbooks. I feel like I'm collecting those at this point.
Then use them.
I need to cook more.
We do.
No, I mean me personally.
Like Chef Remy.
Yeah.
Everyone can cook, especially beans. Some final thoughts on this 42-minute episode?
Well, come on, 10 minutes of that at least is garbage.
Oh, I think there's like 25 minutes that are garbage.
I think Epcot's doing too many festivals, or not too many
we
festivals for
we
just too
talked
long.
about this.
I know.
It's
I still
fine.
think they're less special, and they're just crowded all the time.
What if they cut them up even more and had like 6 or 7 festivals?
Oh, I'd hate that so much. Why would you? Oh, they're the merch.
What if they just had like 6 different festivals that are 2 months each? What about that?
No, that's too many. Like I just want more of a
What
break.
about 12 festivals, 1 per month?
Why are you doing this?
What do you want?
More time between the festivals.
Then you said it was kind of boring.
I still think there needs to be more time between the festivals.
No, I disagree. I think I want 2 festivals happening at once in the same place.
What is wrong
I
with
want
you?
3 festivals.
Why?
I want a science festival.
Oh, that'd be cool. Science fair.
Wouldn't that make more sense?
Yeah.
If they had like a World's Fair there, like kind of thing, like a Stark Expo, they could just do a Stark Expo. Holy moly. What did I just come up with? And like they just bring like the newest and latest technology to Epcot and show it off.
That'd be really cool, actually.
Bunsen and Beaker come back and do that little show where they were like in front of the Spaceship Earth.
They could just change like the innovation sections
Like
to a World Fair.
you have Stark Expo.
I don't think that they can use the Stark name because of Universal, since they have Iron Man in the park.
No,
Don't
they
they?
just say Tony Stark. They're not saying Iron Man. Stark Expo.
But I think if like
I think they're
they
fine.
use Tony Stark anywhere at Universal,
Spark Expo. Tony Spark. There you go.
it could just be a WDI Expo.
And somehow they get RDJ to come in and do it. Oh my gosh.
I think you're dreaming too big right now.
Well, Patrick Warburton was there the other day.
I know, but he's not RDJ.
RDJ wishes he was Patrick Warburton.
I don't think he does.
Patrick Warburton. I'm on a ride, and RDJ is not. And then Chris Pratt's like, I'm on 3.
He is on 3. Okay,
We've gone off the rails.
we have. Okay.
All right, so Spark Expo, make it happen.
I don't like Spark.
Okay, Stark
We're
Expo.
just going to have to workshop the name.
Stark Expo.
I don't think you can use Stark because of the Universal
You
stuff.
know what? It's fine. They own it. They'll figure it out. Stark Expo. Bring on some cool science to Epcot like it should be.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I mean, it is a good
That's
idea.
a really good idea.
I don't think they're going to do it because they're just now finishing up Epcot's transformation. So they're going to wait another 40 years probably.
That's probably like I'm giving them gold and they're just like, no, I don't want to use it. But they're like, damn, that's a good idea though. They're like, this guy's on fire. Let him cook.
Okay. Flower and Garden Best Festival.
Stop. You're like, I hate all these festivals. I love them. They're too long, but I love them.
I do love them, but they are too long.
I think Food and Wine and Farts are mine. I just like seeing all the art, even though we're not going to buy anything and it's not as good as it used to be, but I just like it.
The merchandise for Farts used to be a lot better.
Yeah.
It's so
Figment.
drab now, and it's like, this is a colorful festival. Make it colorful.
Make it colorful, guys. Maybe it would be better when it's like once everything in the front's like all the construction's done and it's just not so ugh.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of brings that whole park down a bit because that's the first thing you see.
It's been that way for like, feels like 7 years.
Yeah. It's just you walk in and you're just like, oh, construction. And you have to walk a funky way to get somewhere. So
Yeah.
I just can't walk straight.
Yep.
So I guess you can now, but it's still just like
Festival of Holidays could go away and I wouldn't even care.
Yeah, there's your break. Just get rid of that crap. Basically, that's not even there.
And it's like, why do you even need that there? It's Christmas time. Like, it's going to be busy.
I don't know,
And we
babe.
still have Candlelight Processional.
Babe,
like,
I don't know.
Which was good. A lot of fun. Definitely worth doing that once, especially doing the dining package, because I don't think you could have gotten in there without the dining package.
Yeah. If there's a serious cool
Accurate.
celebrity doing, like if Brendan Fraser were doing it again, you get a dining
His
package.
was sold out. John Stamos was sold out.
I feel like a lot of them
I
kind of
feel
sell
like
out.
Neil Patrick Harris is usually sold out. Simu Leo.
Final thoughts. You love all of them.
And they just need to cut down the time frame a little bit.
All right. Well, take us home, Beans.
All right. There's a great big pretty okay tomorrow.
You know what? And it's shining in the end of every day.